Okay, that was dumb. Forgot to add myself to the stream. So, welcome to Buckman's Model Mania, and let's just look at chat real quick here. Dash was here really early, but now he's not. Oh, nice. Nice logo there, Dash. I didn't see that before. Don's here. Donnie's here, or other Don. Keith is here. And that looks like everybody who's here. And Keith, I think this might be the cool kids that hang out here, but on the other hand, Donnie disagrees. So last time I was working on the lights for the cable car, and I was looking at it, and I was talking about. Oh, Dash is here. He just didn't respond anymore. By the way, I like the logo. So the last time I was worked on the Tram, I looked at the lights here and I thought the headlights, and I was like, that is really, really, really bright. It's not resisted yet. That's at 3.2 volts. But I was doing some work with it today, and I did the second one. This first one, what I did was I actually, hang on, there you go. I drilled a hole through there. I've got the heat shrink on there because this is metal. I got heat shrink on here so that it won't short out. And, you know, it works well. It's already super glued in. Still got to do some work on here because I played with this other one, you know, because there are two of them. And this one instead, I drilled two holes. You can see I've got heat shrink on there. I was having some issues with this earlier today because the light was flickering, and I figured out why, because the heat shrink had pulled back a little bit. But I also took, instead of this covering the light like I was thinking about, because it looks good, and this is what I've got on top of on the Lisbon Tram. The only thing is I don't like the gap that you get there. You can see that you've got that metal there, and so you've got a little bit of a gap there. So I took one of these, which I bought these at the same time. I was looking at these for the Lisbon Tram as well, and I was like, maybe I could cut this off because it sticks. Cut the bottom of it off because it sticks out so far. That's unrealistic. So I took my little saw here because I don't have a sonic saber yet. It is on the list of things I will be getting, but took this little saw and cut just this piece off, and it looked good, except let me take this one. The LED sticks out a little bit. So you can see the LED sticks out there. When I cut this off, it is flush. The problem with that is that since the LED sticks out, it would not fit over top the LED. Let me see something here. Still going to do what I did on the other one, because I sanded the top of this one down and it diffused it quite a bit. And then I used my Dremel to put a little, come on, focus. There we go. Put a little bit of a divot in there. And so when I set it on here, now it looks like that. And let me hook this one up again. We'll rehook this one just for comparison. Fortunately, I don't have it set up so I can do both at the same time. But that is really, really blasting. But if I take this one with the lens on there, I haven't tried this on camera yet, so it may come through really bright as well. It does, but in person, that is so much dimmer. It looks so much better. Let me adjust it on the in person, it looks like about that, maybe a little bit less when it's not overvolted, but when it's like that. So that's how I'm going to do these headlights. And I don't know, headlights, taillights, they're the same thing because it goes both directions. So this will go in here, and this one I've got quite a bit of work still to do. I haven't done the super glue yet. I still need to paint this, but it'll end up in here like this. And I'll show you what I was talking about. And it was kind of funny. What I started out with was using a Dremel blade on my handy drill. It worked well enough to cut a gap in here, in here, and then I took the saw and cut it the rest of the way off. I want to see, can I do it with just the saw? And you can see the blade on this. If you pull, it's great. If you push, it bends pretty badly. But it's just a matter of finding your spot here and get it started. Once I get it started, well started, it will go pretty quickly. It took probably 5 minutes to do the other one. And I'm not going to subject you guys to that. I'm going to take this and do that a little bit later on, do that off screen, cut it off. But you've got an idea of what it's going to look like. So now let's set these off to the side. Actually, before I set those off to the side, pop this one out because it is very close. It will fit down under that lens once I drill a little bit of this out. But I still want to take a file and very carefully, because these are not your regular 5mm bulbs. They are, I forget what they're called, but they're short. They're shorter bulbs. They're like that. I think they call them straw hats. But I got to be careful because if you go too far, you hit the yeah, it's going to look like cable car headlights. Indeed, it will. But if you go too far, you hit the LED, the diode itself, and then you pop it. It burns out. But what I want to do is sand this down a little bit on this side. That should be good. Let me double check and make sure I didn't go too far. Yeah. And that diffuses it a little bit, drops the brightness on it. So I'm going to set these. Actually, I'm not going to set these over there. This one can actually get sanded a little bit more. This one I did with it not in the housing. This one is super glued and tulip slick in the back for light blocking. That's probably as far as I want to go. But the tulip is great for light blocking. It fit right down in there. This one here isn't going to need that because of how close the tolerance is there. So let me double check, make sure that my heat shrink is against it. There's my super glue. Where's my plastic? And both of these lights have been burnt in. I let both of them run overnight at 3 0.2 volts, so they should be fine. Doing it the way I am and doing this car, the way this car is set up, a little bit nicer than the Lisbon Tram, because if I have a light go out, I can still get to it and replace it. On the Lisbon Tram, the headlight goes out, it's done. I can't do anything with it. So let's put some glue underneath here. I thought about putting some UV resin underneath, surrounding the bulbs, but having the lens over top of it, I won't need to do that. Be a little bit of overkill. So hopefully that one will set up in place. We'll set that one off to the side. Turn on the soldering iron. Grab the goop. Look, Donnie, I'm using flux. Then we will wire these lights up. This should be, yeah, that should be plenty. Because it's just got to go down through the floor. What I don't have handy right now, though, I'll have to dig them out, is the resistors. And if Keith Viper is here, he's going to wonder why I'm double joining these wires. Yes, flux equals magic. What I mean by double joining these wires is I'm going to use my little twist tool here, flux and solder. I agree with him that I could get away with just the twist tool, but I want to be doubly sure. Resistors are futile. Donnie, are you channeling your inner Eric? And it's not Eric that is on HTM these days. It's Eric from North Dakota that I'm talking about. So where to go? So this is the one I'm working with right now. I cleaned up the bench, I put things away, and I don't know where anything is now. Isn't that always the way it goes? I always cut a little bit of the leg off on the resistors, and looks like this set of nippers might be wearing out. But in case you've never seen one of these before, I love this little tool. This is awesome. It's got a hole in the center here and a hole on this track right here. See if you can see the wire. Okay. You can see the wire there from the resistor itself. You take your longer leg on the LED, the longer one right here, you put it into the hole in the center, push it a little bit away so that you've got a gap there. Come on. And then you just twist. Like I said, that right there is a decent bond. It will stay and I won't have any problems with it. I want to be doubly sure. And I don't have heat shrink out. Look at me go. I want to be doubly sure that it's not going to disconnect. So I'm going to throw a little bit of flux on here. And then not burn my wires in half because they're sitting on top of the, and I'm talking about my lead wires, because they're sitting on top of the soldering iron. Just a little drop of solder right there. And now that connection is doubly sure. Go ahead and cut that off, the excess. Looking, do I have any out? I do not. Oh, I do, right here on the bench. I use a lot of this heat shrink now because a clean tip is a happy tip. Yes, indeed. But I use a lot of this because this is the only shrink tube that I can get off of Amazon in bulk. They sent, I ordered like, I want to say it's 1,000 of them. If I could get smaller stuff like this, I would. But that comes in a different kind of package with lots of other sizes that I don't need. Strip this wire off of here. This time the LED is going to go in the center. Actually, probably be better put this wire in here first. I said the LED, I meant the resistor. Put the resistor in here. Twist it. Again, very nice, tight little joint there. Clip that. Come on, let go. Grab a hold. That's what she said, huh, Donnie? About a happy tip? I thought she said keep the tip. Solder on here. So this is actually the real reason that you need, after the coil, you need to solder it, because I cut it off very short. Otherwise, the wire could easily pull right out. There's another, that's what she said, Donnie. Cut this off about that long. And I've recently been doing heat shrink on both sides. This time I'm not going to have to. Haven't had to on others, but I've been doing it a lot, heat shrinking both legs. I'm not going to do it on this one. Ow, that's hot. Must be metal. Let go. Yes. On that's the thing. That's why I have over here the copper. Every now and then I'll clean out that copper, and there's so much solder that ends up down inside there. Strip that. I do like this hookup wire because it strips so easily versus the magnet wire. It's the same gauge as the magnet wire, but it's so much easier to use. And I do still have magnet wire. I still use it occasionally, depending on what it is, because the insulation on the magnet wire is the ceramic, so it is very thin versus the plastic. One of these days I'll be smart enough to wear some sort of a mask when I'm soldering. I stay away from the smoke, and it is not, I don't, is it? Lead free. That's important. Oops. So we can clip that off. Now, double check. I get all kinds of unhappy when it turns out that I somehow burnt out my LED while I was doing this. I don't think so, but just in case, I always check. Just double check. See, now it's so much dimmer. We can turn this up to 9 volts, and it's back to the normal brightness. So we'll go ahead and turn off the soldering iron, turn off the power supply, because if I leave the power supply on, I am liable to do something like grab this one here and put power to it and not think about the fact that I've got 9 volts running through it. And I'm going to, I just don't like bare wires. So let me run some heat shrink over top of this. Hey, Gordon, how's it going? Welcome. Okay. This one is not nearly as important on getting it shrunk because it's going right over top of the other heat shrink. Okay, so this is now going to go through one of these. I suppose before, well, actually, I'm not going to glue this in because it is snug enough. So I'm not going to worry about painting it right now. What I am going to do is paint the outside edges around the outside edges. I'm going to paint black. But since I'm not gluing this down, I'll be able to pop it out. Turn that off. I've got a heater going here in the shop because it's cold at night. Not so much during the day, but at night. Thanks, Gordon. Appreciate it. Okay, let's keep the heat shrink. Get the wire scraps off of here. Matter of fact, we can take the wax paper out of here because the wax paper was there for when I stained these and glued these in. Okay. I do love the way these windows came out. Not going to glue that on yet. So let's get this part over here. Let's get the cable car itself over here. So the next thing in the instructions that it says to do is to glue these 3 pieces, the front of the cable car, onto these tabs here. First thing I need to make sure I do is route these wires to where they're not going to be in the way. Okay, come on. And I've said it before, I love the way this car is designed because you can see right there, there's a hole right there for my wiring. Let's see. Those are going to work just perfectly. push the red wire over just a bit. And that's something to be aware of. Once you do something like this, where you've secured your wire, your leads on the LEDs, don't bend them too much, because you end up with a very specific spot that you're stressing, and it can break a lot easier than normal. Where is it? Somebody say over there. I see the little one. I don't see the bigger jar of wood glue. Huh, that is very odd. I use so many different types of glue, and I know it should be here. This little glue here is from Model Expo. It's a little bit thicker, sets up quicker. Wood glue, I hold on to that for when I need it. What I'm looking for is I have a bottle with this stuff in it. Since I don't know right now where that is, that is so odd. I'm trying to think, what was I working on last? That shouldn't be in the Viper kit. I'll find it. The only problem with this weld bond is that sometimes it doesn't want to open. Come on. There we go. You're right. It is over there somewhere, Donnie. Didn't help. Usually it does. So what I'm going to do is put some of that on there, and I will turn this over. I will let it sit here like this, and hopefully it'll dry, or not dry, but it'll drain back into the bottle. I'll find it. You're absolutely right. I'll find it when I don't need it. It's somewhere handy. I know that. So we're going to put this up here like that. And we're just going to put some of the wood glue here. Whoops, almost dropped that part. You know why it's always in the last place you look, don't you, Keith? It's because once you find it, why are you looking for it anymore? Don't do that to me. Wires are trying to play fun games with me. Let's see. Let me put a little bit right here next to that part. A little bit on the bench here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move ahead. Matter of fact, I'm just losing everything now. I don't know where the tip to the for the cover for the flux is at. It's here somewhere. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this on here. Just set this on here while I put this in place. Not going to glue this in place yet. Maybe I should have tried dry fitting that first, because it does not want to go in there because of the paint. Okay. That was the problem, is I cleaned up the bench today. That's not the one. Need this flat pointed file so I can do a little bit of cleaning the holes here. Let's see what the problem is on this one. There's glue inside of here. That glue is keeping me from getting that tab to go into place. Hey Todd, how's it going? Okay, let's see, will that one fit? Almost. What about this side? Not quite. Still got some glue over on this side here. Being careful because I do not want to stab myself with this blade. Also do not want to break the part. It is hardwood. Not really hardwood. This is closer to balsa. Okay, there's that one. Let's see. Nope. There's a little bit of glue here as well. I'm not gluing this part in yet. A little blood won't hurt, except me. True, but I've bled enough this past week. On the stream on Sunday, I broke many micro drill bits, and they went straight into my finger when that happened. Might match the paint. It might at that. Very close. Okay. So the whole reason I went through that is to make sure that I get this. Oh. I make sure that I get the front part here where the headlight is mounted in here straight like that. So you can see that tab goes in here. I still have to take this back off and sand it down, but with that in there now, what I can do is I can take the two sides. How do you well, when you're using a pin vise and you're holding something this small and it breaks, when the drill bit breaks, the end of the drill tends to hit your finger. So we got that one. This one, instead of, yeah, they are very much like syringes. This one I'm going to just set in place here. Come on. Exactly. I know you guys are here for immoral support. Okay, so this one I've set in place. And now what I can do is take the pin vise, put a little bit of glue under here on the seat. Come on. Up under here. Just basically put some glue in there to hold everything in place. And we can set this in place and hold on to it. No, it doesn't take talent, Donnie. It's, man, breaking these bits is really easy. Although I do have to say, I got a pin vise. I thought it was a hammer drill. Maybe. I have a pin vise though that instead of having the normal collet, it has the 3-piece collet that grabs any type size drill bit. This one. Okay, so that's not grabbing the way I want it to yet. Nope, not gonna fit. Let's see. Yeah, see, it's popping up. Well, you know, Donnie, you know I'm talented. Or is that no talent? I forget. So let's lift this back up here. Does not look like the glue is going to grab yet. Get some more in here. And what I'm trying not to do is get it all over the outside, because it is wood glue. It does dry yellow. Okay, do this again. Hold that down. Put some tape on there. Yeah, the 0.03s. Matter of fact, I went through and rearranged the pins, the micro bits that I've got, and found that I had many broken ones because they were short. I are that talented. Now that would have been funny. I just looked at this and went, no, I didn't do that. It would have been funny if I had put this in wrong. Oops, get back in picture. If I had put this in wrong to where the window frame was out here. So this next one, we're going to do the exact same thing. It goes in here like this. Come on, slide into the tab hole. It's not going to. It doesn't want to. The problem is, I'm sitting here, I looked over, I'm like, why do I keep getting off screen? It's because I'm so much closer to the camera. There are some things that I like them for, but I do have to say that the pin vise I just showed came with some little steel bits instead of tungsten, which is what the little ones are that always break. Those steel ones actually were working really good on this. Where I'm applying glue is to the side of the bench. So let's get this one lined up. Make sure these are down good where they're supposed to be. Yeah. You're getting older too, Donnie, just like I am. Okay, pull that down. Pull this across. The key thing is that I'm doing right here is just making sure everything is pulled together the best I can get it. Okay. I've been talking to the chat, but not showing the chat. So let's go back here, see if there's anything that really needs to be on screen. Oh, that one's good. Little blood won't hurt. Might even match the paint that Donnie asked me about. How the heck did I stab a drill bit into my finger after breaking it? Talent. Todd said those bits are like syringes. Don said we're here for immoral support. Donnie's like, you broke a bit in a pin vise. Takes talent. Oh, come on. Stop that. Okay. Thought it was a hammer drill. Broken many bits in Dremel, but never in a pin vise. Keith is absolutely right. The 0.03 bits are really, I mean, they're human hair fragile. Todd said he stopped buying them because he breaks them before they get them out of the box. Save some time getting the hole, or sometimes you have trouble getting it in the hole when you get older. This is true. Donnie resembles that remark where I said that he's getting older too, and he said we have to get back on the boats soon. Yes, we do. I need to get back on the Kalea because I got frustrated with the hull. I just need to finish the hull, or Dawn said it, not Donnie, sorry. I need to get back on it. I got frustrated with the hull, but it's not that bad. I've got the wood putty, so we can fix that. And we restarted the stream, missed it all. I started watching even a minute after someone interrupted me, and I just got back. Back on the boats. Where you going, Don? He's talking about building little boats. I happen to have little boats right here, too. It's another one. I have several little boats. Matter of fact, well, here's something. If anybody, Howard, is interested in this kit, Model Expo, or not Model Expo, but OcCre is having their Black Friday sale. And in their Black Friday sale, they are selling this kit for 50% off. I don't remember exactly how much that was, but it's like, I think it's like $80. Much cheaper than what it is these days to buy these. Starships. We know, Donnie, we know. Specifically, Donnie prefers building Enterprise type starships. Let me see if that is the camera going to pick that up. Camera isn't focusing on it, but right here a little bit is some of the yellow wood glue. I'm going to have to paint over that because it is actually pretty visible to the naked eye. That's why I'm trying not to use wood glue more than I have to, especially anywhere where there's any kind of color. So let's see if this is going to go in there. Okay, that one's going to go in there easily. Let's go ahead and move these out of the way. set this down. Actually, let's see. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll set this down here like this. We'll solder this one, and then we'll take the tape off and turn on this camera over here so you can actually see what it looks like. Only a few or five? Yeah. Kind of like, what was it? Green Strawberries coming out with stuff for DS9, and I only have 1 or 3 of them. I've never built one, but I looked at the Green Strawberry stuff and I like what they did, because instead of, well, I have the photo etch from Paragraphics, and what Green Strawberry is doing is, instead of what Paragraphics did, which was giving you drilling templates, Green Strawberry is doing photo etch for every window. So you basically you either drill holes or you cut a slot. It looks awesome. You either drill holes or you cut a slot, and then you put the photo etch on and paint. You don't have to try and light block just those little windows. Somebody distracted me and I forgot to turn the soldering iron back on. I think it was Donnie. Was it you, Donnie? Still don't know where the cap to this thing is. It should be fine, though. Okay, stop looking for it. You'll find it later. It has gone to wherever my wood glue is. Should I need to, I have a half a dozen more tubes of this type of flux or paste flux. There, it's over there. Indeed. Yes, indeed, Donnie, it is. Come on. In case anybody's wondering, my soldering iron is set to way too high. I have mine, way back when Boyd was using magnet wire, he was setting his soldering iron to 750. I got used to doing that. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Donnie. I was thinking it was red. But I got used to setting my soldering iron up to 700 or, 700 or higher. So I now I still use my soldering iron at 700. Very odd. I'm sitting here trying to figure out whose phone is ringing, because it's not mine, it's Jordan's. Okay, so Ed, let me double check, because it should be just on their Black Friday page. It might be because I'm a member, but I don't think so. I'm not welding steel, Don, and Donnie, sometimes I keep mine down that low, usually not. Okay, so on the page, percent Share screen. We want to do that window. Okay, so Ed, let me drop that out of the way. This is just OcCre.com on their Black Friday page. So if you go to OcCre, their regular page, it actually is coming. So their regular page, it shows the Black Friday stuff right on there. Click on the Black Friday logo. And then I've got mine set to automatically go to English. And you see up to 50% off. Click on the window there. There is, you see, and that's the thing, there is no code listed. If you add it to your cart, oh, it's only 20% off, so 114. Which one was it? It was New Orleans Tram that's 50% off. If you add it to your cart, that's the price you'll see in your cart. Reason you see that I have the plus 10% extra is because I'm actually a member of their website, which the OcCre Club, all you do is join the club here, you get the plus 10%. It's like right now, what do I have? There, the wagon. See, I added the wagon because I'm still kicking around the idea of this. It's 118 or $47 save, 73.39 with the 50% plus 10%. So you should be able to do it just straight off of their website. And I'm more than happy to show things on OcCre's website because I love their kits. Cool. Rocket is a good build. And Dash said that just bought the bread loaf. So which loaf of bread did you buy? There's many loaves of bread. It's sold out. Both the good ones are sold out. The best sales out there. The New Orleans streetcar and the Buenos Aires, those are the two newest ones. Those are both sold out. The Istanbul is the third newest. Cool. I am glad to help you spend your money, Dash. And Ed as well. And yes, join the club. And also make sure, put on there, get the emails because I get emails from them quite regularly and it's not bad. They've always got a sale of some sort going on. Okay, so back to this. I keep spending Dash's money. Every time he sees me build something, he's like, I like that. Oh, no. This one's not sold out, Donnie. Oh, wow. Lisbon's sold out as well. But the Istanbul tram, the London tram, those are still available. Istanbul is a really nice looking tram, and it has a diode that goes with it. Donnie almost let me forget to put flux on here. I didn't say the good ones. I said the new ones. I do have a second Stuttgart tram. I should just send it to you sometime, Donnie. Not even tell you. Because once you have it, you have to build it. Let's not burn my fingers like I did last time. I love this thing. The only problem is if anything part of this ever goes out, I lose the whole bench. Because what I have is actually not if any part goes out, because the power supply did go out. I have a power supply. What is it? It's got a multimeter in it, but the two that I use all the time are the soldering iron and the heat gun. Missouri. Which one is the Missouri? You got me curious. You know, if somebody wanted to, they could send me the Victory. I'd build it for them. I really would. I don't think they have the Mighty Mo. No, they have the Prince Eugen. Oh, the power supply went on out on yours too? Did you? I bought a small power supply that I put next to it. And that power supply it costs almost as much as the whole station did. And that's actually my third power supply. Why, thank you. That was my tablet. Well, and that's the thing, Dash, like I was telling Ed, what you need to do is sign up for the OcCre Club, because then you get the emails whenever anything is on sale. Black Friday is when they have their best sales, but they have sales all year long. And what's amazing to me is that how much these trams have increased. Sorry, I just realized I was out of camera. These trams, when I bought the Madrid, which was the first one I did, and the Lisbon tram, they were only running $45. It's amazing how expensive these things have got. It's actually amazing how much everything's gotten. Yes, the power supplies that we have power supplies that are adjustable so that we can test the lights as we're building. So cut the end of this off. There's my last little bit of this heat shrink. And what happens with the power supplies, Dash, is what has happened with the two that I've replaced. They still work, kinda, but they're not constant. What has happened to the last two power supplies I've had is that when I turn on power, it pops up, say I've got it set to 3 volts, it'll pop up to 5 or more first, which is very dangerous for the LEDs. I think I'm going to have to use a bigger piece of heat shrink here. Yeah, because that's not fitting. I did show how to use the wrapper tool earlier. Where were you? Oh, you were gone. I actually went through step by step. I don't use the stripper on it ever. Said no man ever. Okay. So hang on just a second. Let me do this. Get the heat shrink done here. And again, like I said earlier, I don't have to do the heat shrink there. Well, I can do a quick walkthrough. Matter of fact, I think, do I? Yes, I do. So I have an LED here. What you do on this, what you do, Howard, is this, come on, this groove right here. I'll put the LED leg in there if it'll fit. No, it's too big. Okay. Well, in the middle here, there's a very small hole. The LED leg will fit in there just like that. Then on the top here, once you strip your wire, you put your wire in here, hold it and hold the wire here, and you just twist. What it does is it pulls the wire through this gap here and makes a really nice coil up against the LED, which you don't have to, I then solder it. Okay, so let's make sure, turn off that first, turn off the power or the soldering iron. And probably what doesn't help my power supply is when I let it run overnight because I'm burning in LEDs. So make sure this LED is working. I can see it flashing. So there we go. That one's working. Now, which camera should be that one? Could move that out of the way. These should be set up enough. The funny thing is that they have you paint the wood here. Oh no. That'll be okay. I'm just looking, there's a slight gap underneath. There's a slight gap underneath on both of these. But what I was saying is, funny thing is they have you paint the wood here on the bottom. And you're going to put it's kind of a decal. It's not, you cut this out. Oh, just realized I got to cut that out and put the light through there. So it's a good thing I'm not gluing the lights in. But this will go over top of that. Reason I switched cameras though, so that I can do this. This is where the LED blows up, shoots out of there. That, to me, looks fantastic. Don't have that on yet. I wonder if will it stay? Of course not. No. But I think that looks fantastic. Which one is it? It's this one. Bring that in. There, you can see a little bit better with it not pointing straight at it. Thanks, Donnie. And that, my friends, is actually the perfect place to leave this at. The next things that are going to happen, and probably on the Friday stream, Friday or Sunday stream, is going to be putting the other end in Let's see, what do they have me doing? I'm just going to double check. Yeah, once that's in, we'll do some cross members across here, do the window that's up here, and then we'll start working on the top part of the tram. They have me doing, you stain it. Use white glue for the sides. Now you'll stain the top, and then you'll sand it down. I can't, Donnie. I'm done. You know me. I have a specific amount of time I plan on streaming. But that, like I said, that's all I'm going to do tonight. It's coming along. It's actually probably, let's see, in the book I'm on step 20 out of 60, I think. Step 20 out of 50. Thanks, Donnie. What else will I listen to? I don't know. Watch Ian's video. But I'm step 20 out of 50. I'm almost halfway done, but the rest of it is going to be, it's less steps, more to do, because when I start bending the planks and stuff like that, that's going to take a little bit of effort. But I'm loving the way this is coming together. And it, to me, it was well worth buying the paint so that I have the right color paints on here. Other things I've got to do before I press on, paint the bezel around the lights black. I'm going to put the, we'll call them decals, on sooner rather than later. This is going to have to come back completely back off because it's just wrong. Okay. Sorry. I looked at it. It's up too high. It's not in the right spot. So we're going to pull this one off. Yeah, see, it barely got any glue attaching it. So just to keep Donnie entertained for a couple more minutes, with this now off, we go ahead and throw some more glue on here. And of course, the glue has started drying. Oh, yay. Now I have a glue skin. Come on. Get the glue skin off of the tin vise. There we go. That's not going to work. Glad to have you, Ed. I'm doing this the messy way. So let's try this again. Slide this up in here. This time we're going to get this one into the right spot, and we're going to get it to stay in the right spot. No, I looked, and it was just all kinds of not in the right spot. I have glue skins, and Todd has fart skins. Absolutely. I thought Ian had fart skins. But this is where I'm going to leave you guys. I'm going to hold on to this while I do the outro. Appreciate you stopping by. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you aren't on the stream and making comments. If you watch this secondhand, as a replay, leave a comment if you have any questions. Hope you're enjoying this. I am loving this build. I've had this one for a while. Been looking forward to building it, and I'm loving the way it's going together. With that, I'm going to say take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and we'll see you in the next stream or video.
Model mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models. plastic modeling, wooden models.